So, I want to delve a little bit deeper and go into the thoughts. Really think about the thoughts, really explore the thoughts, kind of play around with the thoughts and how we deal with this. And one of the most obvious ways is like doing the mantras. Mantras, that's what we're doing. We're trying to create a thought that is positive to replace the thought that is negative. You can't just try to, don't think negative thoughts anymore. That's like saying don't think of a pink elephant. As soon as somebody says don't think of a pink elephant, well, of course you just think of a pink elephant, right? So mantras are a very good tool, but you have to also know how to use them. And you have to do it in the positive. You have to do it with good feeling behind it. But it's got to be in the present tense as well. So it's got to be positive and in the present tense. So you're not saying anything like, oh, I wish, I hope. Just cancel those phrases out of your vocabulary because you don't need them. They're not here to help you. You don't need to have that, that energy towards it. It's putting more of that energy. The universe gives you what you want. It doesn't take things. It takes things very literally. Sarcasm, things like that. You just can't, The mantras, you want to say them in the present. So you already got it, you've achieved it, you've done it. It's not like, you can break things down and you can say, I'm losing weight, that's great. A lot of times it is good to have something measurable, some kind of a date component, now that it's, and if you're thinking into the future and it's like a month away, now that it's, October 30th or whatever, I'm so happy, I'm doing this. ABC is true for me. And you don't just think about it lightly. You really have to consider, what is your reality really going to be like? Because this will help you with how you feel, and it'll help you with following through with the actions. If you really wrap your mind around it, you can start doing actions that are supportive of what's going to happen when you get it. And you will be willing to do those if you fully believe. And if you fully believe, then you're going to get what you want. So this is just, this is where it all starts, is with a single thought. Basically everything that is ever made was once a single thought. It's amazing to think about. So we think of something and then we say it to ourselves over and over again. We don't let it go because we know that it's powerful. We know that it's true. We know that it's pure. We know this is what we're supposed to be doing because we do that work and we figure that out. We make sure that we're having the right thought in the first place. It's not just about people all the time, I think I want this. Well, do you really want that? Or you just think that because society wants you to have that, or all your neighbors have one, or like that. Sometimes we don't get what we want because we don't need it. That's not for us. We're actually meant for something bigger and better. So make sure that you're taking that time to really do the work before you even set out. Sometimes you literally have to go through things and do a little tournament and say, you know what? I'm going to put these two things against each other and see which ones, if I could only choose one, what's more important. Then you prioritize everything and then you know. Then you know what to act on. You know what to do the law of attraction about. So it's very important, okay? So once you know that what you're wanting to manifest is correct for you, some kind of lip gloss or something on my card. Clean it up here. Okay, so visualizations, obviously another great tool, one that's very popular from The Secret itself, the movie. Visualizations are good because they really help you have the emotion piece. Really, you can't talk about thoughts in the law of attraction without talking about the emotions. It shouldn't be an afterthought. This is what it's all about. So when you're doing your visualizations, yes, you want to slip into it. Yes, get rid of the outside, and just think about what it's really like to have what you want. How does it really feel? How does it really look? How does it really smell? How does it really taste? What are you actually doing? Again, today, and this is all combined, it gets you to a place where you can consider different aspects and start to prepare for those. Be proactive in general. It's not all frou-frou stuff. Sometimes it's just making room, clearing stuff out, getting ready. Everything happens in phases with life, and sometimes you have to really gear up and plan for something and prepare mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. So your thoughts, again, just doing this visualization is so important. And whether you're doing a mantra or a visualization, again, it's important to have that positive feeling surrounding it. The positive feeling supports the thought and supercharges it. Turns it on like a battery. Now you got both of them. Now you can go somewhere. Okay? So having that emotional feeling while you're doing your visualization is really also important. It's not just about the sight, because when it comes down to it, the sight, the smells, the taste, the feel, yes, it's feeling, but it's not really emotion. It's how you feel, but you're still almost in a mental imagination stage. And once you take it to what are my true feelings? And this is something that might be a little more difficult because not all of us are in tune with our true emotions. So do we really know how we're going to feel when we get in, let's go back to the car analogy from The Secret. Do we really know how we're actually going to feel? Yeah, again, you can focus on the steering wheel feeling, the new car smell, the wind in your hair as you're driving down the street, saying hi to your friends as you're showing it off and all of this stuff. But yes, until you go there and actually you have to visualize it enough so that you create the feeling. The feelings is where the real power comes from. People attract negative situations. I've seen it in my life. They attract themselves some really negative situations just because they're unaware of this process. They're putting negative emotion, negative energy is very powerful as well. Like hate and love, wow, very strong. That's why a lot of people like me don't even say they hate stuff, because it's such a strong energy. But we're doing this, if our emotions are swinging one way or another, we're really supercharging whatever it is we're thinking or feeling at that moment. Don't let it be a scary thing. Let it be an empowering thing. Now that you know, you can do better. Know better, do better. That's all we can ask for. And you are going to be helping so many people with this, because the world needs to hear this. Not only do they need to hear it, they need examples of people following through with it. And that is where we're coming in. It's like an army of light. If that even, can coexist in the same sentence. But yeah, so do the visualizations, but take it that far. Take it to the place where you are feeling it, because they're so interconnected. Again, holistic, law of attraction. So again, back to the thoughts. This is your beliefs. Your thoughts really do create your beliefs. Now your emotions help too, but really a belief is a thought. You can change it. People get so caught up in their beliefs and, I just believe what I believe. And it's like you have no power over it. Like you can't change it. Oh yes, we can. With some education, changing our mind, changing our thoughts, then you can come in here and change your beliefs. It's very easy, and that's what all of the switch work is about as well. Changing your thought about any given situation, your judgments, changing your thoughts about your past and conclusions that you came to in the past. It's all the same. The switch work, so important. Stay tuned for more about that. We're going to stick with thoughts right now, because again, your beliefs, it doesn't matter whether you're talking about your belief about yourself. That's obviously very important. Your beliefs about others, your beliefs about relationships, your beliefs about the world in general, spirituality, how easy it is to make money, all of these things, it's all down to your beliefs. And again, your beliefs aren't going to change in doing 10 minutes of a little foo-foo, fluff. Let's call it fluff law of attraction, where you're just visualizing this car and feeling the physical feelings of the car. No, honey, that's not the real law of attraction. That's not what's going to get you anything. You have to change your beliefs. And it just takes changing your thoughts over time, changing your emotions over time, which helps to change your actions over time, which helps to change your results over time, which helps, all of that helps to change your beliefs over time. You will become more confident. You will believe new things about yourself. You will become empowered if you're making the right choices and doing the right thing for yourself. Overall, it becomes a cycle. It's positive reinforcements. You made that choice in the past. You always do it this way. It becomes easier and easier. It does. Time is a crazy thing. Like for us here on earth, like we can sit here and say, oh, time doesn't exist, but we're going through it, and it appears that way. You could call it a hologram, you can call it an illusion or whatever, but we are going through it, and we do see the effects of it, even though the actual construct of it is kind of surreal. It's not the realest thing, in the world. But again, that's my belief. Beliefs are they are fundamental in helping create our reality. This is reality to some people. Their beliefs, they get so upset if you try to challenge their beliefs. They take that as you are challenging them on different levels. Okay, we are taking our power back by taking control of our thoughts, and know that you can do it. And it can be a long road. For those of us who have been thinking negative thoughts all over the place, yeah, it's not going to change overnight. You got to commit to this, but you got to know that it's the best thing you're ever going to do. And the more you do quickly, right now especially, it's a great time for this type of work. It's much needed, and everything is supported. Your angels are here for you to get into this work and to stay on the right track and to be reminded. And you will have signs when you are on the right track. You will have the synchronicities. You will feel so good. I've always said this: when you get on the right track, you know what you're doing is right, because it just feels good. It feels amazing to be this. It's like you're really just coming into your own as far as being a powerful being, like an angel. If something happens, yeah, you're going to experience negative things in life. You're going to be able to comfort yourself and get over them. Take the power back. Okay? You have the control. And whatever you believe, again, about yourself, about the world, about spirituality, about, your inner self and your outer self and your home and all of that, making money, it comes down to you. What we believe, we pretty much we will achieve. Conceive, believe, achieve. It's part of the, again, this watered down version, but a basic, it's not even a watered down version, because that sounds bad, but it's a basic understanding of it, of the law of attraction, knowing that it's all these different pieces combined together. And it's about, again, taking care of this for the past and the present. We can do this all the time. We can plan on doing this in the future. We can definitely go back into the past and see, where have we had thoughts that are not true? When you come up on a thought, there's many ways you can do it. When you come up on a thought, you can say that it's not resonating right with you. It's causing you pain. Look at it. Why do I think this? Why do I believe that? Something can bubble up that way. Or you can just say, I'm going to spend some time thinking about my childhood. You can write it down. You can do it to a video. You can ask yourself, you can have a friend interview. How do you really feel about your childhood? Tell a funny story. Tell a sad story. Tell your story, and then see how you feel about it. See how you think about it. Ask, is this serving me in this situation? Is this even true? Flip it around. Flip the switch. The switch work. Flip the switch. Turn it around. This person did this to me. I did this to me. This person did this to me. This person didn't do this to me. I did this to me. I did not do this to myself. Acknowledging each way that something can be viewed can really be helpful in understanding the higher levels, understanding the different sides of things, understanding how there are multiple truths, multiple way to look at things. It can be very deep. It can be very healing. It can cause instantaneous healing and blessings come into your life by taking a little bit of time and doing this work. Okay, so whenever you get hyped up enough from watching these videos, just press pause and go try it out and do it. Again, if you're comfortable more writing it, saying it out loud, talking to a friend, like I said, doing a video or something, it's up to you, however you want to get it out. You just got to dig in. And again, there's going to be longer videos delving into this specifically, but I just kind of want to throw it out there so you know now what I'm talking about. Past and the present, changing your thoughts. We can do this. We can and we should and we need to do this. Take some time, write it down, get it out. What you do is you dig into a past moment and you examine it. You dig in. It's like an archaeological dig. You got to dig in, you got to find it, you got to brush it off, you got to brush the shit off of it, pull it out, and really see what you're working with before you can put it together into something that works for you, like a fossil dinosaur. Or the other way that I look at it is if it's an infection. You have a wound, it didn't heal right. Okay, there's something in there that needs to come out. We need to cut this infection out. So we need to, again, you have the wound, it already is like hurting a little bit. So you're like, fuck, well, I gotta cut it out. So you gotta open it up, that hurts. You gotta look at it, that hurts. You gotta deal with it, that hurts. You gotta poke around and cut it out, and that fucking hurts too. But then afterwards, it heals up, and it heals up right, and then you don't even think about it anymore, and it's part of you having a lack of something negative. So you're having more positive. You have more room for the positive to replace it in your life, so you can manifest better things in the future. And this thing isn't blocking you from manifesting positive things, because that's what these thoughts do. These erroneous thoughts, these erroneous beliefs. Well, I'm this way. Well, I'm that way. Well, why are you telling yourself that? Just stop and think about, why are you really saying these things to yourself that you don't? Was it because your parents said it to you, your siblings, your friends said something like that to you? You don't believe it. As kids, we believe a lot of what our adults tell us in our lives, or what we overhear, or what people treat us like. We internalize their behavior. The TV is huge. It programs us in so many ways to be insecure, to be unhealthy, to be confused, to be anxious and depressed. All of this stuff, I'm getting like chills thinking about it, because it makes me so upset how they have control over everybody's mind. This is why, again, we're taking this power back. Okay, we are powerful. We have the universe's help. That God is on our side. We are supported. Say that to yourself every day. The universe supports me. I am in line. When you're in line, aligned with the universe and your purpose, who can stop you? Chills again. Okay, when you're thinking the right thoughts, your feelings are automatically going to be amazing. You're going to feel fucking great, because you know you're on the right path. You can't wait to do anything else. And then it's funny, you'll be like, whoa, if I'm getting distracted, even my distractions are something good. All these synchronicities will show you. You notice your feelings. This is what this is about. Clairsentience. These cards just kind of came out when I was playing around with them, just to kind of, again, we're always looking for signs. We're always looking for wisdom. So why not take a sign while I'm doing a training video? Clairsentience. Notice your recurring physical and emotional feelings as they signify divine guidance. This is exactly what I've been preaching. Exactly. Anytime you have a feeling, you do this about the past, yes, because it's important. It's foundational. But then after you deal with the past, you keep going, and you just deal with any little thought that comes up that's not setting with you the right way. Any little thought at all, any little judgment, any little, judgments are huge. That's about the shadow work. Judgments, any judgment throughout the day. Why am I judging this person? Why am I thinking negatively about them? Any little thought. I don't care what it is. Again, just flip the switch. This person is this. I'm this. This person is not this. I'm not this. You work through it. It sounds like so simple just to say those things, and when you flip the switch, it's instantaneous, you guys. It's amazing. I want to hear your experiences with this when you actually try it, because that's why it's called flipping the switch. It is so easy. You're like, why didn't I do this before? Well, you didn't do it because you didn't know the friggin' switch was there. It's a choice. Bam. It's as simple as that. As soon as you do this and you actually take the time to see these flip switches, to see the truth that we were holding on to, that we thought that was bothering us, when you switch it and you say, wow. And sometimes you'll have yes and no's. I am, and that one's not right at all. But even recognizing that in that moment will strengthen your position on that, or something. It's hard to even get into exactly what it's going to do for you, because it can be different. You can learn something from it in different ways, and I have in many different ways. A lot of times it's like, oh yeah, I am doing the opposite thing, so how can I judge them when I'm also doing this? You could be doing something to somebody else, and that's why you're getting this energy from them. You didn't even put two and two together, because it's compartmentalized in your head, but it's actually true. I see people, and when you get good at this, you'll notice the other people doing it. But again, you don't judge them. Like, if you judge them, then go back again and do it again on yourself. But it's also like you have to judge something to know like how to help them too. And you can see and notice other people doing it without judging them as a person. Like, there's differences here. But it's very important to do this shadow work and the inner child healing work, because again, your thoughts, it's not just about your current thoughts right now. It's about your thoughts and your beliefs from the past. And it's the ones you're going to have in the future as well, because it's a journey. This isn't like, oh, I'm healed now, I'm going to do nothing anymore, I'm not going to do any more work on myself. No, honey, you're never going to get to that point. And I don't mean that in a condescending way. I mean that as a universal truth. I feel like it's in a way, I mean, we can't understand it, obviously. In a way, you could go on forever until you actually are literally back to the wholeness and you're part of God again. You know what I mean? Like part of the collective actually in itself. The yin, the Tao. So anyway, I'm going to keep on moving on. Our next video is going to be about emotions. So stay tuned for that.